Hi everyone, my name is Abby Hodges and I'm going to be presenting about Baden Powell today. For the most part, Baden Powell had a pretty normal childhood. He was the youngest of a family of 10 and he was born in London, England in 1857. He spent most of his childhood in school, or rather avoiding school, because his teachers would report that he would run away from them in the mornings and just disappear into the woods all day. And he would kind of hang out just for the whole school day. He would just hang out there. And they found all of his traps and forts. He would make campfires and stuff like that. So they say that's where his scouting skills really first started, was him just trying to avoid school. Um, when he was 16, he joined the British Army and became first Baron Baden Powell. They used him as a scout in the army, and scouting was a very important skill then. It still is today, but rather more because they heavily relied on it then for finding the enemy, avoiding the enemy, and things like finding resources. And so he had a very important job, to say the least. But then he realized that his textbook that he wrote, called Aids to Scouting, was being taught to a group of boys in a camp. And so he decided to kind of run a test trial on the group of boys, and he would teach them basic scouting, campfires, tracking, how to traps, makeshift forts, stuff like that. And after the success of that one, he decided to establish the first um, Boy Scout group, but it was called the Wolf Scouts in England. It was known as the Cub Scouts in America, but the success of the Wolf Scouts brought about the entire Boy Scout movement. It spread all over the world, and since Baden Powell was the founder of the original Boy Scouts, he became Chief Scout of the world. The Boy Scouts today, there are over 170 national scout organizations, and they basically just give boys a really safe environment to learn scouting skills. They're really hard about teaching morals and being prepared now more than survival. Because it's modern. It's a little bit more modern than it was back then. So instead of teaching boys, tracking the enemy and tracking, they more teach them how to be prepared in situations, in dealing with people, like business related, social, stuff like that. But they still do keep to the same agenda that Baden first started. So they take the boys on camping trips, backpacking trips, canoeing and stuff like that, and they teach them, how to be safe in those situations and how to be prepared in case, if problems arise or anything could happen, emergency situations. Um, so all in all, for recreation and leisure, I think it gives young people and even adults, because it goes up to older age groups, and then you have scout leaders who are adults. It gives them a safe environment to kind of be outside and spend time outdoors and really enjoy being around uh, people and keeping in social groups and stuff like that, but also having fun along with while they're hiking and stuff like that. So yep, that is. And here are my references where I found all of this information. But yeah, thank you.